Give thanks for this moment in time for us to come together on this beautiful Sunday. We ask that a word be spoken that can stir up the soul that needs to be stirred, spark a level of thought, engagement of the mind that needs to be sparked. I pray that a word will be spoken that can reconnect everyone on the line with the peace that resides in the heart of us. We give thanks for the consciousness to lift our consciousness towards divinity, reminding ourselves of what we are, who we are, and remembering the reality of God. May we move from this session today with a light heart, a clear mind, and a willing spirit to continue our journey, steadfast, unmovable, in the truth of God. Ashe, Ashe. Amen. 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 Greetings. Anyone new today? Is there anyone new on the call today? I just want to acknowledge you. Give thanks for your presence this morning. I give thanks for these sessions with you all. I enjoy my time. Sunday is a perfect day for introspection work. It is a perfect day for you to check in with yourself, make sure that you are in alignment with your vision, in alignment with your own destiny, in alignment with God. And I can't say enough, I can't clarify enough what all of that really truly means. And one of the things that I tend to do is offer ways that you can identify if you are in alignment with your destiny, if you are in alignment with the will of God. And that is assess your life, assess your mind, and notice if you are feeling peace, power, joy, serenity, security, empowerment, optimism. If you're experiencing those things, then you are most likely in alignment with the will of God in your life. But if you are experiencing shame, anger, sadness, fear, anxiety, guilt, worry, any of those things, then most likely you are not necessarily walking in alignment with the will of God. You're not walking in alignment with righteousness, with your righteousness. And I say it like that to be clear. In the Bible, you'll see often the word my before righteousness. In the book of Psalms, it says, judge by my righteousness. Judge me by my righteousness. Why is it clarifying that? Why are we saying my righteousness? Why won't say just righteousness? Well, that's because in order for you to align with your righteousness, you must be in spirit. You must listen to spirit. You must be able to hear spirit, feel spirit, get guidance from the Almighty, and then walk in obedience of that guidance. That is your righteousness. I mean, Ashe, do we hear? Can we hear the distinction? Can we hear the clarity in that? It is not my effort to attempt to say, well, you have your own level of righteousness and it's your righteousness, and we all decide what our righteousness is. We are not deciding. It is the divine path, the divine spirit, the divine intelligence that reside in you, and that should be leading and guiding your life path and leading and guiding you, that you should be in alignment, and that is your righteousness. Righteousness is what's right for us, what's right for you. And right means right is not judged by the morals of man, is not judged by any rules of religion. Being right is being in alignment with God, period. That's the right way, okay? But in order for us to do that, we got to spend time with spirit. We have to get to know God. We have to get to hear God. Hear the voice of God for us. God speaks to all of us in unique ways. Speak to us through dreams. Some of us dream heavy, and we're easily able to translate our dreams. Some of us get downloads throughout the day as we're having conversations or we're moving through our circumstances and situations. We're getting these downloads, revelations. Some of us get revelations and these downloads and these divine inspirations and these guidance from God from our meditation and our prayer time and our devotion time. But it is for us to stay in righteousness, walk in righteousness, because that is the pathway to your heaven. Heaven being a state of mind that you live out in this physical experience and you return to as you transition from this physical experience. We come from pure positive energy. We come from that. Pure positive energy resides in our heart. It flows through our body. It flows through the world. It creates growth and expansion. The fragrance of pure positive energy is peace. It's abundance. It's fertility. It's creation. That's the fragrance of pure positive energy. This pure positive energy I'm speaking about is what many call God. It is what remains the same. It's eternal. It's infinite. And the power of it is eternal potential. Eternal and infinite potentiality. So what does that mean? We are never trapped. We are never not under God's grace. It's never the case that we don't have access to peace. We have access. It's in our surrender, our obedience, and our diligence that we stay under that grace. Therefore, we can experience it on a regular day basis. We can experience it through everything, no matter if it's a challenge that you're facing, because those will come. They're needed to stretch us, to grow us, to make us wise, so that we can really stretch out and beam out as a reflection of God. God uses us as a vessel. And so in our expansion, God is showing itself. It is up to us for our human self to keep our mind stayed on God, stay prayerful, stay watchful, stay grateful, so that as we are stretched, as we are challenged, we won't miss the message. We can be able to see, we can be able to hear, and allow God to truly use us. But when we get caught up in anxiety and fear and impatience and worry and stress and doubt and all of these different type of things, you're creating cracks in your vessel. Ashe, let us be vessels, steadfast, strong, spiritually powerful. Amen. Give thanks. As I speak of that, I think I'll talk a little bit about spiritual character this morning. You know, we spend a lot of time in our young years being told to build our character, to be good people. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's amazing. It's good to be good people. To be a good person in the way that we know to be moral and to have good character. You all put in the chat room some of the traits that one might carry as one of good character in this physical plane. A human being in good character. What would be some of those traits that you would say? That you would look at that person and say, wow, they're of good character, honest, kind, have integrity. These are things that come with what we know as good character. Considerate, trustworthy, What are some other things that come with what we perceive to be good character, or what we have been taught to be good character? Caring, compassionate. All right. All of these things are of good character. I mean, thoughtful, selfless, respectful. Good, good, good. Now, these are the type of people we want, right? I want to be around people of good character, we say, right? I don't think anybody really want to be around anybody who is not of good character. Paige says intentional, dependable, friendly. You may say, man, I know a few people who are of good character. Today, I want to challenge the mind. If you don't mind, if you can be a little studious this morning, get a pen and paper, and I want you to write this down. This is something maybe we can reflect upon this week. Lately on these Sunday calls, I've been, my teacher vibration has been high. So I pray that you don't mind. We're going to get to our meditation shortly. Let me present a short word. I'm going to make it ain't going to be long, but I want it to be strong, okay? So this is moral character. You all stated some things that I agree. These are the things I look for, or not even look for. I appreciate. I'll say I don't really look for it in people. I appreciate it, you know. In my experience, I desire to be able to see the divinity in people. I desire to salute the God in everybody, and vice versa. I would like for them to salute the God in me, meaning the eternal goodness of me, no matter what is perceived of my outer activity or my outer appearance. I desire people to see the God, the eternal goodness in me, and appreciate that, look for that, expect that from me. You know, I desire for that to be so. And I desire for, as people expect that of me, that I'm able to show that. I'm able to walk in that, you know. But for me, I lead with looking for the good and the God in people. I look for it. Some may perceive my walk and say, well, you're signing yourself up for hurt, looking for the good and God in people. But I know what it does when you are intentional about your experiences with people. When you lead looking for the good in God, often what you seek is seeking you. So often, and I experienced this as a teacher, I had students in my class that had a record of being knuckleheads. But I look for the good and the God in the children. I look for the good and the God in the people. And so I often experience the goodness that other people don't experience because I'm looking for it. I just wanted to offer that as you experience people, because oftentimes if you're looking, you're trying to look to see, are they of good character? You know, sometimes that's coming from a root of distrust. It's coming from a root of fear. And know that what you seek is seeking you. So as you look for that, and the root of it is fear or distrust or, you know, guardedness, then you experience some of what nobody ever experienced from them. Does that make sense? These are just spiritual or energetic lessons that we can utilize and be able to walk a journey where certain things just don't apply to you. You experience people and things differently than other people because of how your mindset is and what you seek and what you speak. And this is how we can bring out, as we shine our light and walk with an open heart, we can bring out the good in people. We can encourage, we can inspire, we can unleash the good in people. It was one of my goals as a teacher to unleash the genius. So in order for me to unleash the genius in these babies, I had to see the genius in them, despite all of the foolishness, because it was a lot. Okay. If anybody is from Atlanta, I taught in DeKalb County, baby, South DeKalb County at that. Let's be very clear. No judgment. I'm just being real. So I'm going to just put it like that. Those who know, you know. Okay. And so no matter what that came with, I looked for the genius in them. And so guess what I found? The genius. And I stood firm on it. And I spoke of them as geniuses, no matter how much they got on my nerves. Spirit led me to express all of that. I pray it's resonant. I pray it's a word for someone who will find yourself experiencing the quote unquote worst of people a lot. When you find yourself experiencing the worst of people a lot in your journey, you got to check yourself. It's not the outside of you. That's something internal. Are you looking? Are you expecting the bad? Because what you expect, you get. That's the beauty of being divine. That's the beauty of our power. Where we set our intentions, where we set our expectation, where our mind is, what we seek, it becomes. Ashe. All right, so what I want to challenge the mind about, we've seen clear about what makes people of good character in a moral standpoint as far as in this physical plane. But I want to talk a little bit about spiritual character. Spiritual character. Because it is my position, I speak from the position of, you can be compassionate, but not have a high spiritual character. You can have a high moral character, but your spiritual character is low. That's the word for today. You can have a high moral character. You can be compassionate, thoughtful, loving, kind, all of these different type of things, but your spiritual character is not strong. Which one do you think is most important? Moral character or spiritual character? Spiritual character. When you walk in high spiritual character, the moral character is by default. Additionally, moral character is subjective. And so I can be walking high in my spiritual character and you don't see me as you may see me as selfish. You may see me as disrespectful. You may see me as uncompassionate. And you may see me as, let's see, what else? You may see me as I don't care. And I want to challenge you, Jonitha, with that caring, because I just, every chance I get, I want to challenge that for us, because a whole lot of people come up in this beautiful space riddled with dis-ease in the emotional body, of the spiritual body, and the physical body, because they have cared too much. Amen. Ashe. Look up the etymology of care. Look it up. Matter of fact, don't threaten me with a good time. Let's look it up. It will be my pleasure. Let's look it up right now. Let's do it now so we can see. And those things, this is a good challenge for us to look at all of those things that we find that we think is what people need to be in order to be a good person. Make sure you look those words up. Because first of all, the notion of good and bad is already a challenge for us. That's the story of Genesis. Adam and Eve. The introduction of separation. That's where the whole good and bad started. That started the separation. When we began to believe that there is a good and bad. Now that's a whole nother story. And it takes some level of unpacking, because it's like, come on, Queen, now. So you just saying, ain't nobody bad, ain't nothing bad, ain't nothing. And I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. All is God, all is good. And I am also acknowledging that not everything is in alignment. Not everything is, I do acknowledge that. But is it good? Is it bad? No, because everything is for the good of God. Everything. So even things that you've experienced that you consider to be bad, trust me, it was purposeful. And because it was purposeful and in alignment with your journey, it was a part of your path, it's some good in it. It's some God in it. And when you're adamant about that and you look for that and you approach your life in that manner with that belief system, God will show you the good in everything. Okay, let's look up care real quick. Just because care has been something that people really hold on to. You don't care. Just look at that first sentence. You ain't even gotta go further. Look at it, say, look at it now. The very root of care is sorrow, anxiety, grief, burdens of mind, serious mental thinking. Look at it now. We don't know these things. We don't know this thing. Object of matter of concern. Does this sound high vibrational? Sorrow, trouble, care. But we want people to care about us. Look at the verb, to care. Look at the verb, to be anxious, grieve, feel concern, or deep interest. Why is this important for you to know this? Why do I always challenge us to look at the root of the word? I challenge us to do that because words have power. Paige says, well, words have power. Words carry energy. And when people say, you act like you don't care about me, you care too much about you. I don't want to care about you because I know the fact that you even care so much about you is a problem. You sorrow after yourself instead of rejoicing. And people say, you act like you don't care. You want me to sorrow and be concerned after you, but I'm not. I rejoice because I know that all is God and all is good and everything gonna be okay, baby. So let's practice replacing words and really speak power and desire for people to do things that are powerful on account of us. And that becomes, one of good character. So I just challenge all the time, every chance I get a chance, I try to cut that word down in our vocabulary because a lot of people have transitioned from heart disease, from caring too much. Deal with diabetes for caring too much. Deal with emotional eating for caring too much. You know what I'm saying? In toxic relationships, dealing with toxic situations, dealing with toxic family members because what? They care too much. That's another one. I miss you. That's another one. Somebody, you don't miss me. I don't. I don't. I appreciate you. I appreciate your presence, and I'm appreciating the presence right now. And as I don't experience you in the physical plane, I appreciate your presence and thoughts. But miss you, no. I don't miss you. I'm sorry. But you see how, hold on. You see how if I'm careful about my words and my energy and how I'm walking in God and I'm really being, and this is not me being petty or simple. No, this is me being conscious and intentional. But you see how, to my point for today, sometimes when you are of high spiritual character, you could look like you of low moral character. Do we see? Let's get to the spiritual character piece. I want to show you something. Let's get to spiritual character. Because y'all, this is what I love to do, y'all. I love to teach, so I have to govern myself. I have to tell myself this is Sunday motivation and meditation, not Wednesday study session, sis. I'll be keeping my time. All right, let's look at character. This is a website that I use. I have introduced you all to this website before. It's a great study website, a great study website. For you to study life from a metaphysical standpoint, things from a metaphysical standpoint. Why is that important? Think of what I'm saying, metaphysical. metaphysical. We are studying the unseen, the deeper meaning, the higher minded, the higher meaning. And that's what's important, because most of what we experience in this world is from the unseen. It's in the unseen. We're captivated by the scene. We get caught up in the scene, but that becomes the problem. So if you're wanting to shift and change and transform your life, then you got to look at life from the unseen. That's why I encourage you to study metaphysics. Think of things from a deeper aspect. When you have a thought in mind, dig deeper. Okay, what does this mean? Well, okay, I'm feeling sad. Let me dig into the sad from a deeper standpoint and try to get to the root, the metaphysical, the spiritual, the energetic root of it, point of it, center of it, so that I can get some level of understanding and get some level of renewal of mind and cleansing. And that's how we purge. That is how we dispel. That is how we transmute. We are alchemists, y'all, but we can't be alchemists if we're stuck in the physical and mundane world. We'll just forever be on the hamster wheel, forever be trying to manipulate, forever be trying to force and fix and fight and figure out. And I don't know about y'all, but I was tired, boss. Anybody else tired? I'm tired. I ain't doing it no more. I give up, as my big sister in Jamaica says all the time. I give up. I give up. I don't have no fight in it. White flag. I said one day I'm going to purchase some white flags. White flag, I'm not doing it no more. I say. Okay, here's spiritual character. Again, this is truthunity.net. Truthunity.net. I don't know why my chat room ain't showing y'all. Lord, my technology it ain't working with me. I want to see what y'all saying, but just FYI, I'm not seeing it. It's not allowing me to see it. Let me see if I do it this way. Hold on. Because I would love to see it. No, it's not. All right. Oh, I know what. Maybe. Let's see. Maybe this will help. Come on. Work with me. See, would that help? Yeah, it did. It's a setting on my computer. My techie son has set that. Has made a little different. Child, I have no fight left. She said, yes, yeah, okay, all right. All right. I don't either. I've been done. It's like, I'm ready to just be under the grace of God and enjoy life. Spiritual character, y'all. The true estimate of man's qualities. Character building is ever from within outward. Spiritual discernment of the reality of man's origin, meaning your spiritual discernment of the reality that you are children of God, you are divine beings, you are God reflected in flesh, you are vessels of God's will, you are here for the sake of doing the work of God and the divine, okay? The spiritual discernment of the reality of man's origin, that's what it's talking about. And being in God, you're literally being in God, is the only enduring foundation of character. Come on, somebody. So you can be as highly moral character as you can be. You can be the kindest person in the world. You can be the most compassionate. You can be the most giving. You can be the most thoughtful. You can be the most all of that. But if you don't have that spiritual discernment, meaning that inner standing, that oftentimes you can't explain in words, and oftentimes it goes against what you're able to see. Oftentimes, if you're walking in this spiritual discernment of the reality of your being in God, oftentimes this is not something that you can tangibly touch, see, or even speak on in its full essence. That's why they call it, this is a spiritual discernment. This is something that is from the inside. You just have this knowing. There's a knowing there that I am a being of God. All right, so let's talk about the traits, the spiritual character traits that we possess as one of high spiritual character. And when we study these as the divine powers. Okay, again, Truth Unity is the website you can study, but you can also study these as the apostles. okay? Because they're going to come up, or disciples, they're going to come up in here. I think I'd rather go there this morning because it'll be an easier journey for me. So here, the 12 apostles. And here, your spiritual character, your faith. How strong is your faith? How strong is your strength? Wisdom and judgment, love, power, all of these different type of things. But I want to show the significance of what we're talking about here, as far as like these words that sometimes we can get it mixed up, especially strength. Our strength, sometimes, many times, we think our strength is our strength, how strong we are as man in the physical form. But look at what this strength is talking about. Look at what they're meaning. What's the deeper meaning behind strength? Your strength. How high is your energy of God? How much have you grown your energy of God? How do you grow your energy of God? By constantly being in prayer, constantly affirming, constantly seeking to understand this reality of God, constantly seeking to see this reality of God. Stand in gratitude. That's how you grow your energy of God within you. Look at the next thing it says: freedom from weakness, stability of character, spiritual character. It means power to withstand temptation. Temptation of what? Temptation to fear, temptation to doubt, temptation to speak negatively, temptation to gossip, temptation to vent and worry, vent your concern. That's the temptation it's talking about. And listen here, the capacity to accomplish. And I would interchange that word overcome, the capacity to overcome. Because in your overcoming, you're able to accomplish these things that God set you out to do. These things that you're being led to do, but you may find yourself fearful about doing. So the capacity to accomplish. Look at, continuing in the next, it says strength is physical, mental, and spiritual. All strength originates in spirit. The thought and the word spiritually expressed being the manifestation. All strength, all energy of God, all stability of character, all power to withstand temptation, all capacity to accomplish is originated in spirit. And then what you begin to think and what you begin to speak is the spiritual expression of that strength. That's totally contradictory to the strength a lot of us think about when we think strength. We're interchanging strength with will. Just because you have the will don't mean you're strong in spirit. Because when you're strong in spirit, you don't have to press your will. You can allow God's will to be done. Ashe? Amen. Give thanks for the clarity this AM. Give thanks for the word that's being channeled. When you are spiritually strong, meaning you consult with spirit, you're adamant about that. You spend time figuring out how to do that. You get clear about that. You pray on that. May the voice of God be clear for me. May I be able to hear it. May I be able to feel it. May it be presented to me in my goings and comings. May the circumstances I face speak to me. May spirit use everything in my life to speak to me. And may I know that it is the spirit speaking to me. And then I become obedient to that so that I can be strong. May I be full of joy and full of reverence for spirit and for God. May I be able to understand God more and more. May God, this thing called God, may this react. Pray on it. Pray on it. It'll be revealed. I'm telling you. I give thanks for being inspirational, for being a vessel that teaches and all of that. But don't none teacher talk to you, guide you, comfort you like the Spirit of God. Ashe, amen. I'm telling you. So if you find yourself struggling, if you find that I don't know if I really understand God, I don't know if I really trust God, I don't know if I really believe in God, I don't know if I don't know if I know if it's God, if it's ego, I don't know if it's spirit, I don't know. It's okay. First of all, acknowledge that, and then get some support. Get some support. Sometimes we got to be supported in our surrender. Ashe. So I'm gonna say right now, I'm always here to support. This is the sole reason why I have created Oyun services, for your support. What is the support of? It's for you to help you surrender, to help you be acquainted with the grace that's already with you, to help you to reconnect with that inner peace, that inner joy, that inner guidance. That's the support. So get the support if needed. I mean, Ashe. All right, and so I just want to go back here to, again, if you want to study from a biblical standpoint, you know, I acknowledge that there are other ways that you can study these character traits, because it's present in all of wisdom books or wisdom texts or religious texts. But this helps to understand what it's really talking about here. Let's go to power, and I'm gonna leave it there. But it's beautiful to study these apostles because you really understand what am I building when I say I'm trying to build my spiritual character, and one of it is faith. What is faith? You got to know what it is to build it. Some of these things we don't really know what it is. We think we know, and that's why I wanted to show you care. Sometimes we think we know what we're talking about and what we're trying, but you can't really build this from the deepest level that's going to help you to truly come back into the oneness with the Almighty unless you really know. So let's look at power. We looked at strength. Let's look at power, because sometimes people think one thing about power, be powerful. And oftentimes they get it mixed up with the will. What is power? Spiritual power, man's innate control over his thoughts and feelings. Come on, somebody. Are you high in spiritual character, or are you just trying to be kind to folks? You're just trying to be respectful. You're just trying to be all of these things. Man's innate control over his thoughts and feelings. As it continues, look what it says. A quickening from on high must precede his realization of dominion. You got to have a quickening. What is a quickening? These are formulas. This is the how, method. I'm teaching method. How do we do this? Look at what a spiritual quickening is. A spiritual quickening is an inflow of divine vitality in the body, which follows the affirmation of truth. It's something you feel when you're meditating on truth, when you're meditating on the reality of God. It's a feeling that you get. It flows through your veins. It sparks, like it's like what they say, a gospel song that I used to say, it's like fire shut up in your bone. That's how I feel, to be like, it ignites that. Or in the church, they say, hallelujah. Or they start stomping their feet. That's when they getting them quickenings. When it feel like energy flowing through your body from a thought. That's God talking to you. That's God strengthening you, giving you power. And notice that power is not something physical. It can turn into physical. It can manifest as physical. But that power is something that is happening in the heart, which is your center of consciousness, and is happening as a renewal of the mind. When that happens, your heart is purified, your mind is renewed. You are a powerful being, baby. Nothing of this world applies to you. I'm telling you. To quicken is to make alive. To the quickening of the spirit in the mortal body makes it eternal and incorruptible, not subject to death and corruption. And that deeper meaning of death is incompletion, failure, all of these different type of things we are afraid to experience. And so we go begging God, but no, be in God, rejoice in God, speak about God. And that's how you can dissolve trouble and chaos. The mind and the body of man have power to transform energy from one plane of consciousness to another. This is power, divine alchemy. The mind and the body of man has power to transform energy from one plane of consciousness to another. This is the power and dominion implanted in man from the beginning. The climax of man's power and dominion is set forth in the resurrection and ascension of the type man, Jesus, or divine. That's all Jesus represents. We won't go into that, but study the word and what it really means. It's not talking about a man like that. It ain't talking about a man like that. It's not talking about a man like that. I mean, okay, all right. I done went into preacher mode. Pardon me, y'all. But do we hear? Okay, the word of the day is, are you high in moral character and low in spiritual character? Can you see how I can be high in spiritual character and folks can look at me and say, I don't like her. She ain't respectful. Because people, you know what respectful is to people? People want you to understand them. People want you to let them express themselves. People want you to let them be who they are and all this. You can be who you are, but I'm going to respectfully not really want to deal with you if it's not in alignment with my righteousness. Spirit may not have told you to do some things that you feel like you are responsible to do. And because of your high moral character you doing, when spirit done told you not to do it and to stop, now you mad, now you resentful, now you feel like people taking advantage of you, now you feel like all of this, I did it because I cared. I did it because I feel like I should have. It's my responsibility as this, as that, as this. Follow spirit. Spiritual character trumps moral character. It is not of spiritual character for you to be doing things to be morally right, but spirit done told you not to or to do. Spirit done told you to do something, but in accordance to somebody's judgment of moral character, you don't supposed to be doing that. You don't supposed to be. What did spirit tell you to do? It reminds me of a story in the Quran about Musa. He wanted to walk with the mighty man of God. He said, you can't walk with me because you're not gonna act right. You're gonna be questioning me. You ain't gonna be acting right. So you get no. I really want to be of God. I want to be righteous and show me the way. I want to walk with you. I'm here. I'm telling you. But on the journey, the high man of God had to do some things that Musa thought wasn't morally right. Wow, you did that. I can't believe you did that. See, I told you couldn't walk with me. I told you couldn't walk with me. This is why, stop sharing your journey, your calling with other folks. I've been seeing a post that said it wasn't a conference call. That's your calling. People not going to agree with you. People not going to think you right. People not going to think you, and that's where we get caught up. We trying to be morally right, appease people, be looked at in a good way according to people, and we're neglecting our spiritual character. Lord help us. Lord help us. I think the word is clear. It came strong. May we be raised up in spiritual character. May as we raise our spiritual character and shine our light and amplify our power, may the people around us be light at heart. May anything that hurts someone in accordance that is done or said or reflected from our own righteousness, may it be healed, may it be delivered from their heart, from their mind. May they be able to see the earnesty in our walk. May they be lighthearted. May they be open-hearted. You have to say that prayer. You have to be firm and steadfast in God and pray that your territory will be good, that it will be good. May it be good with the soul, with the heart, with the mind of the people in your life. And guess what? If in the physical it doesn't reflect that, and it looked like you being hurtful to people, it looked like you being whatever it may be, you can't bend, baby. Dang, Queen, you rough on them, boy. You can't. Let me tell you something. The breakthrough that you're looking for, the magic, the wows that you want to experience is in this, what I'm talking about right here. Your ability to be strong and powerful in your spiritual character. They'll come around. If it is your prayer that your mama, your sister, your brother, your friend, your coworkers, your whomever will accept you as you walk your walk in obedience, expecting God to wow you, expecting God to create breakthroughs in your life, expecting your door of destiny to open and the gates to lift. If you walk in expectancy of that and steadfast in your journey, that you are spirit-led to walk, and your prayer is that these people and all of these, your territory will accept you and will respect you and will honor you, it's gonna be. You can't look outward and look and try to see it. You got to look inward, and by the time you look out, you will see it. Ashe, amen. I mean. Let's go into our meditation for this AM. What I intend for this meditation, and I pray that it is so in this meditation, is for us to be able to relax in our divinity, for us to be able to feel our spiritual power, our spiritual strength, the peace of our spiritual faith being strong, the allowance and the surrender to our spiritual will, our holy will, the will of God to be done through us. May when we come out of this meditation, we feel that total surrender to the privilege and the beauty of our divinity, to the divine guidance, divine protection of our journey. As we leave this meditation, our heart is light, mind is clear, and our body is strong. Ashe, ashe. So find yourself in a comfortable position, please. Those who are still on the call, if you will, please try to stay to the end. Get comfortable in your position. Do your best to relax. Let's just start with you slowing the breath down, taking deep, slow inhales in through the nose, releasing it out through the mouth, and relax. Calming the mind, allowing your heart and your mind to be at rest, and relax. Deep breaths in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Relax. As you inhale, bring the breath all the way to the bottom of the belly. Hold it for a couple of seconds and then slowly release it out of the mouth. Allow the body to fully relax. Slowing the breath all the way down and relax. It's in our relaxation that our heart expands, our mind clears, and we make way for spirit to speak, for spirit to move, and be active in our lives and our consciousness. And so as you continue to inhale and exhale, be intentional about releasing all stagnant energy in the body. If you're feeling any tension in the body, make it your attention to relax. Breathing deep into the belly. Exhaling gently through the mouth. Relax. On the next inhale, breathe into the heart space. Feel your chest and heart opening. And as you exhale, feel the heart becoming light. Releasing all sadness, fear, concern. Releasing all worry, anxiety. Totally releasing all resentment, heaviness of the heart. Be light. Be light. On this journey, we tend to, whether we consciously do it or not, we tend to care and carry things. We take on other people's journeys and concerns. We take on responsibilities and labels and titles. It is moments like this that we release it all, including the heavy or stagnant energy it comes with. And we give it over to God. We acknowledge that we are walking a divine journey, already divinely organized and planned for our success. As we continue to breathe and relax, we acknowledge and affirm that everything is already done. And that according to our faith, our strength, our power, our strong spiritual character, in accordance with that, we experience heaven or hell. In this moment, we speak that we desire to experience heaven, the beautiful blessings of life. We call upon and we receive and accept grace and peace, miracles, protection, mercy. And we accept that we are children of God. God being absolute good. We are children of absolute good. We are children of infinite potential. We are children of divine mercy, grace, favor. We accept that in this moment. We relax in that, knowing that this is what carries us throughout this life. And so as we walk this journey as vessels of God's will to be done, we walk this journey protected, connected. We walk this journey with favor. And so we need not fear. We need not worry. We surrender. We relax in it. We call upon the divine intelligence needed, the divine knowledge needed to grow in our spiritual character. May our faith grow. May our power grow. May we be exalted in mind and spirit. May our imagination be divine. May we only imagine goodness, grace, abundance. May all thoughts of separation, lack, failure, chaos be dissolved. May we grow in divine understanding. May we be eager to move out of our own way and allow God's will, not our will, to be done through us. May we be reconnected with divine order through the renewal of the mind. May we be powerful in our renunciation, being able to deny doubt and fear, worry, and affirm absolute good, affirm divine order, affirm that everything is always working out on my behalf. May our life be lifted up in God. May we be reflections of God, shining bright. May our light shine through our words, through our actions, and even through our body. May all attachments to things that are not good for us, may they be released in this moment. As you continue to breathe and relax, take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold that breath as long as you can. And slowly release it. Relax. Surrender. Be grateful. Appreciate your journey. Appreciate the reality of God. Be easy about life. All is well. Be gentle in your judgment. Allow God to show you the good in it all. Lighten your heart when needed. Affirm constantly. Pray always. We are reflections of God. It is an honor to be that. Let us honor that and rejoice in it. Ashe. All right. You may come back to the present moment, maybe by wiggling your fingers and toes, give yourself a little stretch. I pray that that meditation was encouraging to the soul, healing to the heart, inspiring to the mind. Give thanks. Give thanks for the renewal, the rejuvenation, the reconnection. We will close. Hang tight, hang tight. Give me like 3 more minutes. We're going to go ahead and close. This be like the benediction. We close out with our Baba Muji. Going to read something from his text. And also, if you so desire to support OU Ministries or show your love this morning, you may do so at my Cashapp, which is $Queen Yenn gems. Y'all, Yenn is 2 M's. Give thanks, give thanks. It's my pleasure, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all already know. It's my pleasure. The meditations that channel be powerful. My God, they be so powerful. So give thanks. You may bless the ministry, bless your sister via Cash App, or you can bless the ministry or bless your sister via PayPal. Okay. I'm going to share the PayPal link real quick. And then we going to close. Y'all, you know, these words that are channeled for us during these sessions are so powerful. I pray that, and I say that's channeled because I often don't come with a word, I don't come with anything planned. I don't write it out. Sometimes I'm inspired. I may get an inspiration during the week and I'll be like, "Ooh, I need to share this on Sunday." Sometimes, but most times I have a prayer. God, speak, talk to us. What do we need to hear? And does anyone else bear witness that that's exactly what occurs? It's like Spirit speaks and it tells us what exactly we need to hear. Give thanks for the support, you all. It's always appreciated. It truly, truly is. It truly, truly is. So give thanks for OU Ministries. And I give thanks for those who show your support in different ways, various ways. Financially, of course, is appreciated because we are virtual and physical ministry, So the financial support is appreciated. And but also your prayers. I've had members come out and offer to blow the leaves and plant some plants and, help me clean up the building and, do the deep cleans that the building needs. I've had people to offer certain things, and it's very much so appreciated. I know now what the little churches, the pastors in the little churches, why they allow people to support. Now I know. But I give thanks. I give thanks. I do give thanks. And just know, may it come back to you tenfold. And where you show value via your time, your finances, those things that you value, and especially finances, because that's one of the greatest things people value in their lived experience, their money. When you invest or you gift something that you really value, you hold a high value to something, that which you're gifting and you're giving towards, it feeds you even more. Trust that. So as you invest, it's just like you invested in a business. You invest your currency and you go ahead and take that leap of faith and you put all that optimistic energy behind it, and you really got that intention and you have that expectancy. That's how your business flourishes, because you're saying, I'm taking this, what I value so much, and sometimes I'm scared to give it, and You know, sometimes I'm worried I won't get it back, but I'm gonna invest that. And then I'm gonna make a great investment. I'm gonna put a big amount in there. I'm gonna invest. I'm talking about business here. What a lot of us see and we do in business because we feel like the return is gonna be great. Listen to that. We invest in a business, we may put $10,000 in it. You know, just recently we put more than $40,000. We invested in the property here to make it what it is, to create a space that's amazing for the people. That's a great amount of money. And that's something, again, that we value a lot, money, currency. But we're doing it because we felt spiritually led to do so, and we expect a great return on it for eternity, you know, for building for eternity for OU Ministries. And so it's the same thing when you're planting your resources and currency and time and energy and money into your ministry, the ministry that feeds your soul. As you invest in that, be grateful and expect a great return. Expect a great return. And you will gain that. It works the same way. It's called currency. It's a current. And so, you know, I take my time. I have in the past not spoken about it a lot, but I do that because a lot of times when I'm doing prosperity coaching with my clients, when people come in and they say, I want to focus a little bit on my prosperity, this is what I have to teach. I have to teach them about how to circulate their funds, how to think about before you make that circulation, do that circulation, that investment, that giving, that whatever. What should your mind be? What prayer should you state? How much? Judging how much you should do. You know, Florence Scovel talks about this a lot. But if we never understand this, nobody ever teaches us this, we'll just be circulating from most of the time from a place of fear. You know, I got a budget, I got to do this, I got to do that. And then we will subtly begin to invest the greater amounts of currency in things that don't even return that value back. You understand? So when I hear people say, you know, people invest $500 in their hair and nails, but they want to invest that in their education, or they want to invest that in their health, or they want to invest that in right? It's true. I think some people say it from a place of judgment. That's kind of harsh, but it's true though. So you have very beautiful hair and very, very beautiful nails, but your body is breaking down because you're rather invest in aesthetics and your outer beauty than your inner beauty. Same way with the soul. You invest in things, you invest in cars, you invest in nice meals and nice vacations and nice all of this, but you don't invest in your soul work. So keep this in mind. I always like to have an opportunity to teach us about how to tap into prosperity. I give thanks for the prosperity that I have been able to experience in my existence, and I'm continuing to be able to experience in my existence. And I'm talking about things that I have had to learn, had to give over to on my journey. Noticing where there were stagnation and where poverty was being shown. And I had to, you know, lift that up. And one of the things that I had to really be conscious about is what currency I put in my soul work. The money, the time, the effort I put into my soul work. So when I find those teachers who are impactful to me, even if they were impactful for only one season or one conversation, I'm going to give. I have teachers who we haven't spoken in years, but I still every now and then, when I'm filled with joy, when I'm filled with gratitude, when I'm filled with peace, when I'm filled with the love of God, I send them something. Not for them to glorify me, not for them to, oh, Queen, you're just so amazing. No, sister. I want you to know that I appreciate the amplification of the glory of God in me that came through you, and what you said to me on that day, or what you did for me, or what prayer you said, or what you taught me, or whatever. These are ways that we can build our prosperity. And so if you find that, you know, for your soul work, you have ministries like OU Ministries. Many of us have 2 and 3. You may have 2 and 3 teachers. You may have an elder who has inspired you. You may have a person who helps you to really tap into your divinity. put your currency their way, whether that's money, prayer, support, whatever it may be. Feed that and it'll feed you. Ashe? Ashe. All right. Teacher, simmer down. Oh, man. All right. Ooh, okay. Well, I think I'm going to read this entire page. Y'all ready? And we're going to close for the day. Thank you for all of those who are staying put, staying still. Give thanks for all of those who have sent your gift and your blessing. May it come back to you 10, 20, 100-fold. Ashe. For those who have the book, I'm reading from page 104. Again, the book is White Fire by Muji. I'm going to read passage 208 through 211. I'm going to read passage 208 through 211 on page 104. It says, life does not worry about life. Only mind does that. Life does not worry about life. Only mind does that. As long as there is wanting for someone or something to make you happy, there is a sure way to create. This is a sure way to create a sense of lacking and misery in yourself. As long as there is a wanting, yearning, yearning for something, being eager about something, wanting it for someone or something to make you happy, this is a sure way to create a sense of lacking and misery in yourself. There is a silence that is totally impersonal. It is not the fruit of anybody's work. Peace is there, but there is no peacekeeper. This peace is only known when the noise of personhood is disregarded. Personal identity erased. What remains is the ever pure. The ultimate is nobody's achievement at all. Listen to that. Let me read that again. Run that back. There is a silence that is totally impersonal. It is not the fruit of anybody's work. Peace is there, but there is no peacekeeper, something that makes it peaceful, keeps it peaceful. No. This peace is only known when the noise of personhood is disregarded. Personal identity erased. What remains is the ever pure. The ultimate is nobody's achievement at all. Such a great, beautiful articulation of surrender. You don't work for the peace. Don't work for the grace. Don't work to unleash the highest self. Surrender to it. It already is. It's already there. Surrender. And the last one on this page is nothingness does not remove anything at all. It neither attains nor transcends anything. Nothingness is not affected or intimidated by anything. It neither requires nor depends on anything. It simply is. Being complete, it lacks nothing. Therefore, nothing is required for nothing to be. Discovering oneself to be nothing. This is freedom. Woo, Ashe, Lord of mercy. Can I run that back one more time? Oh, Muji. Give thanks for the vessels of God who speak eloquently, firmly, clearly. Nothingness, emptiness, one call it. Emptiness, clear, grounded. These are words that can go with this nothingness. Unattached, detached, surrendered. Nothingness does not remove anything at all. It neither attains nor transcends anything. Nothingness is not affected or intimidated by anything. It neither requires nor depends on anything. It simply is. Being complete, it lacks nothing. Therefore, nothing is required for nothing to be. Discovering oneself to be nothing. This is freedom. Woo-woo. I ain't never heard nobody say, I want to be nothing. But in this moment, that sounds real sweet. I'm nothing. Oh man, may we be okay with being nothing. I'm nothing. That's rough for the ego now. No, I'm a this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. Let us be nothing. Let the very essence of us be everything, because it already is. I mean, Ashe. We give thanks for the word from Baba Muji this morning. Thank you all for joining. If you have enjoyed this, if you're watching this on YouTube and you enjoyed it, please share it with somebody who you feel need to hear it. Also, if you have joined live, please do continue to join live on Sundays. Let those who you think may enjoy this, let them know they can join us live on Sundays, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern time via the link, and they can register for that link in the caption below or in the link in bio if you're watching this via Instagram or any other platforms. You can register for that link and you can join live. Or you can always catch Sunday meditation loaded up on the YouTube channel every week, and you can enjoy those. Feel free when you go back and watch these to fast forward to the meditation or only listen to the word or listen to the whole thing. But do take advantage of these beautiful words that are channeled on these Sundays throughout your week. Peace and love, y'all. Enjoy your week. Full joy your week. Rejoice in it. Rejoice in it. Ashe.